Hey Satya, Puneet here.
Yes, Puneet, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I installed to MySQL and some software from the Power BI. Okay, I installed, but I think we need to configure it. Correct?
You don't need to configuration, you do any configuration. It does the configuration as part of the installation.
Okay.
For
So
example, see, this is
it
the
will
script.
take a directly by default setting on.
Yeah, look here. See, this is the one, right? So you need to see, you would have downloaded it from here, right? So MySQL community downloads. From you
Mm-hmm.
would have, from this link, you would have downloaded this file, and especially
Mm-hmm.
I recommended you to download this one, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the custom, all these steps. Look here. So when you do
No,
this,
I went to means your videos and all things is done, but I
look
think
here. This is what.
some
This is what. Look here, Puneet.
yeah,
Configuration, right?
yeah.
So this one is done automatically as part of the installation itself. The
Okay.
configuration also be done as part of the installation.
Mm-hmm.
So did you not see? You must have seen this screen, right? Did you see this screen ultimately? Installation complete,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Then you know it would have done automatically. Yeah. So without
Okay.
executing this, it will not proceed with the next thing. Okay, next screen.
Okay.
Okay. So definitely would have done
Mm.
this. Okay. And the installation, you got this one, right? Installation procedure has been completed. All the things,
I
right?
got this means a window.
Then it is through. So now to test this, what we will do is we will go to the command prompt, right? Command
Okay.
prompt, or best thing, you go to control panel, type control panel, and
Mm.
click open. And in the programs, right, uninstall a
Okay.
program, you click it, but don't select anything. Okay, and just scroll down here to see this whether it is. Look here, the MySQL workbench 8.0 C will be there, and server will be there, and MySQL installer
Okay.
will be there. Connector should be there. Connector, I think you need to install it separately. This is for different
Mm.
purpose. Okay, and if you see these two things, then you're all set. Can you see these two things?
I'm
Can you
just
all,
checking now.
yeah, can you all please confirm it? Go to control panel and programs uninstall, right? And but don't uninstall it. Okay, just view it. This is just for viewing purpose. Just view it.
Yeah, I can see my SQL Server 8.0, my SQL Sun, and my SQL Workbench 8.0.
Very
Yeah,
good, very
these
good,
all
very good, very good. Yeah.
there.
How about others? I think others also. We can see, right? One second. Let me just.
And one more thing, actually, when I installed to Gateway,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
installation,
Hmm.
so I'm just getting to some error. Actually, it was not successfully done.
Which gateway?
In the Power BI itself, you told na three
Hello,
software
hello.
we need to download it.
Yeah,
Correct.
connected, right?
So there, yeah, gateways.
Yeah, yeah, fine, fine. When you connected, right, then it is good.
Okay.
See, the Power BI service you are trying, right? No,
Yeah.
you don't try that service. Okay, you don't have to install it. That's what I said. Right? You
Okay.
don't have to install that one. Okay, and all you need is a browser and access. That's it. Okay, I will show you that point later. Okay,
Oh,
you
sure.
don't. Let's go step by step because
Sure.
the MySQL is writing SQL queries. Most of them are in this batch, right? They are not familiar with that. We will continue with the MySQL and write how to write SQL queries today and tomorrow and till this Thursday, and this Saturday we will continue with the data warehouse concepts, and next Tuesday we will continue with Power BI part. Okay, the desktop everything will start, and that point in time I'll show you how to use how to deploy it on cloud, everything I'll show you. Okay, so now it is too early to get in that one. Don't worry about that. So, and also all of you please go to your command prompt, go to your CMD command prompt. See here you need type CMD, and command prompt you will get it. Click open. Here you just type MySQL and see, you should be able to get this error. If you get this error, then it is good. But if you get something else, right, then your configuration has not been done properly. Can you all type this MySQL from the command line, command prompt? Karthik, I think you're also trying it out, right?
Yeah, actually, I'm getting MySQL is not recognized as an internal or external command.
Oh, then you need to configure that one. The path you need to set it there. I will just show you. Or else, what you do is go to CD.
Okay.
Type the same way how I do this. Program files, CD program files, and what we do is here you'll find MySQL. MySQL, and just CD plus tab. You don't have to type it. CD tab, press tab. Karthik, you need to practice side by side. Okay, not watching on mobile will be helpful. Okay, I want you people to practice it side by side with me. Okay, fine. Don't take it personally. Okay, this is a suggestion from everyone in the interest of you people. All right?
It is correct, sir.
Okay, good, done. So press enter here, and now CD bin. So you need to go to this folder. Those of you are not able to get that one right. If you get no command or recognized, you go to this folder. So you will find all the binary files here. Okay, and what you do is you will find something. Press directory dir MySQL star. You will find mysql.exe here. Okay, and the bin folder usually will have all the executables. Not only in Windows, even Linux, you will find all the executable files under the binary bin folder. Okay, in real-time scenario, we will be working in Linux only. Okay, but still, not much difference. Okay, don't worry. So here you just type MySQL, press enter. Are you getting the same error? Then you are all set. So, or next step, what you do? MySQL minus U stands for user, space root -p space admin. That is the password we have given, right? Consistently. Or one more time you give admin. Sorry, here what you do is, right, P, press enter, admin here. Look here. I just got connected to this one.
Yeah, I think I missed to give him password and all things.
Yeah, you see here, you try this way.
Okay.
Sir, could you please explain one more time, sir? I'm also getting the internal external command errors.
No. Are you seeing? Are you guys able to see my screen? Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Wait. I will put you all on mute. Okay, and okay, so that there should not be any clash. Okay, just go to this folder. Okay, listen very carefully. Okay, here you type this one, MySQL minus space, same way. Okay, copy paste. Press enter. When you press enter, it will ask for a password. I guess all of you must have used admin, right? I strictly informed you all to use the password as admin. If you give admin, it will, or if you remember the password, whatever the password you give, then it should connect. If you had given different password, if you don't remember it, you have to reinstall it. That's all. That's why I would suggest you strictly follow certain things, whatever I say. Okay. See, after you learn, you can try it different way. Okay. So, are you all through with this? Can you please type it in the chat window? Because I don't want the video to get cluttered with so many voice. That's the reason I put you all in mute. And can you please tell me yes or no? How many of you are able to get this one? Type yes if you are able to connect successfully. No, I am lost. Okay. And how about others? So did you install it correctly or not? Can you see these files in the uninstall thing? In the control panel, how many of you were able to see this one? Are you able to see this one? First tell me, all of you please type it in the chat window. If you see this one, right? Say yes. And those do not see this one, then type no. N. Let me see how many I can see this. Yes, very good. See the files in uninstall. Very good. Puneet, yes, I'm trying it in the control panel. Okay, control panel is okay, fine. And then everything is fine, but you need to type it correctly here. Okay, or else simply right, you just go to this folder, maybe some typing mistake. Go to this folder, follow me strictly. Okay, see folder, program files, and type MySQL. Can you see this folder, all of you? Type it in the chat window. Can you all see this folder? That's the reason why I told you all to follow strictly the same convention that I use. Look here. Here I used it as MySQL, right? MySQL 80 is the service name, and yeah, localhost. Yeah, by default it will be MySQL only. Okay, MySQL program files, MySQL. Can you all see this folder or not? Yes, you can see that. How about others? Only one person confirmed here, right? Yes. Puneet, yes. How about others? Karthik and others. Can you see this folder? So what you do is you just double click on this MySQL Server 8.0, right? And click bin. Yeah. Karthik, you are able to see. Very good. Okay. Except Shreyas.
MySQL 8.0, sir.
Yeah, MySQL Server 8.0, and within this you will find bin folder, binary folder.
Yeah, bin folder.
Now what you do is listen very carefully here. Okay, I click here, Control C, and then I go here. Okay, and what I do is I go to CMD prompt, command prompt, CD, simply paste. Got it? Press enter. You are all set. You are here. Okay, and type MySQL. Don't use capital letter and all. Okay, use the small letter only. And everybody is able to see except Shreyas. Shreyas, you're on track or not? Yeah, good. Right? So good. You confirmed that, madam, you are correct. Okay, you connected here, and MySQL you are getting it. Puneet, are you getting it this one? Yes, you said yes, right? You are okay, fine. Puneet, everybody is getting it except Shreyas.
Sir, I pasted that one.
Pasted it? No, are you there in this folder? Can you execute? Can you type this command?
Yep.
Are you getting this one? You need
No,
to.
sir, no, sir.
No. See, you copy pasted, right? CD.
Yeah, copy paste.
See, CD and paste it. Listen very carefully, okay? CD space Control V. See, whatever you selected it, right? 1 second. I'll just show you once again. Please listen very carefully, okay? And this one, and bin, and Control C, and go to your command prompt. Type CD. Before you paste it, type CD. You need to go to that folder, right? CD space, you leave a space and then Control V.
Okay. Yeah, that's a get it.
MySQL. Are you getting this one?
Yeah.
Very good. Right. So Shreyas, only US side you need to confirm. Others are able to. Everyone is able to. Shreyas also getting it, right? Yeah. So now what you do is press up arrow to get the previous commands. Leave space -u space root -p. Press enter.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. U stands for username. It's something like, to connect to something, right? You need email ID also. If to connect to email, username, password you have to give. But here the username is root. Username is root, and you need to specify this one -u. -u stands for user, okay, and root space -p, and password admin. I guess all of you used admin, right? Type admin and press enter. You're not getting error. Very good, right? Everyone, yeah, including Shaya. Shaya is also able to get this one. And how about others? And I'm not getting error. Very good. So, got it, right? So, how about others? Karthik, you need to confirm. Because this is very important. Watch very clearly here. Look here. So, I hope you all can see my screen. Right, see, look here. So I guess all of you have done this step, right? CD, that means change the directory to this folder. When you do this one, you will find something like this, right? And bin. So once you, after this line, you need to type MySQL. That's all. You got this one, and everyone got the same thing. So I asked you to, use in the next line, right? Press enter and go to the next line and MySQL -u root space -p.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
I did not get that access denied for user. That error.
No, forget about this one. You are able to connect, right? This step is through.
I got something not asking for password.
No, you should leave space strictly. MySQL space -u space root space -p. Press enter.
Can you show what should we get after that P?
No, you don't have to type anything after P. Press enter. That's it. You will get enter password.
I did not get enter password.
Okay. Are you currently in this one MySQL? No, right?
One sec. I got some list of variables: auto rehash, auto vertical output, false, true.
No. Okay, 1 second. Can you share your screen? I will make you a host now. You can share.
Just a moment. I'm actually having Zoom on my phone. I'll connect it on the laptop.
Yeah. You connect your always please connect from your laptop. Okay, so that in case of any issues, I can log into your system and I can fix it.
Sure.
Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so Hadoop is they used Hadoop to store the humongous amount of data. And Facebook, what they did, since the number of users have grown leaps and bounds, they migrated the entire data to Hadoop system. Since Hadoop can store petabytes and above volume of data, they migrated everything there. And Flickr and YouTube and various other companies also, they are using MySQL, and currently also few companies they are using MySQL because it is open source. You don't have to pay anything. But at the enterprise level, enterprise in the sense bigger company, right? The volume of the data is very high. Everything. In that case, definitely they need a support. So those purchase Community Edition or Enterprise Edition, they can get support from Oracle. So we installed 3 components. One is MySQL Server, the other one is MySQL Workbench, and the last one is MySQL Shell. We installed this one. So what is MySQL Workbench? It is the graphical user interface, right? It is unified graphical user interface, the MySQL Workbench, using which the developers can create the tables. They can write a query there. They can fire a query, and they can create tables. They can insert the data in their tables with the graphical user interface. Okay, but Shell, why do I need to use Shell? The one I showed you here, right? This is the one, the Shell. Everything you cannot do it in GUI, right? Certain things, if you want to do some kind of automation, everything, you need to use the Shell. Okay, the command line thing, MySQL command line client, right? So you ideally you all should be able to connect it like this. Okay, you should be able to connect like this. The reason is why we use Shell is for in the case of automation, or if you want to do some kind of migration, everything, right? It will be pretty fast. You don't have to write you don't have to create tables by pointing and clicking it in the graphical user interface, and also inserting the data, everything, right? Manually, if you use the graphical user interface, you have to type it, will take time. But whereas if you copy all these scripts in a single file, and then if you go to this command prompt MySQL, and if you specify source, for example, I just show you source d colon, in my case it is there in MySQL folder, right? MySQL, and I have a file called what is this? One second, I forgot the file. SQL, yeah, SQL. For example, SQL, day1 -day1.sql, right? You need to store the file with the extension of .sql. Now the question is, how do I store the file as a .sql? For example, this is what my file, edited. Don't worry, I will share this file and all. Okay, so all you need to just save it. You need to specify the extension name as .sql explicitly, and you need to surround this by double quote. Here double quote. This is mandatory. Select all files and then save it. Okay, so what I did here, I am creating a file name with the extension of .sql, but if I don't use double quote, what will happen? SQL-day1.sql.txt will get created. I don't want that to happen. That is the reason why I am using double quote, right? At the beginning and end of this file name, right? I typed the double quote, and I have chosen all files, so that the extension of the file will be .sql. Look here, Microsoft SQL, right? This is my Microsoft SQL server, something like that. Not this one, sorry, day1. Yeah, Microsoft SQL server, something like that. Okay, it will get stored as a .sql. So this one, SQL day1. So you go here. This script has all the tables, right? I whatever the tables I want to create it, I put create table, insert into. All the commands I put it there. If I go and type enter here, or what I will do is, before that I will go and type show databases. All of you please type it side by side. Okay, show databases, enter, semicolon, enter. So you must be seeing something like sys. When you install MySQL database, this is the default schema that will get created. Schema is nothing but database. This is to hold all the metadata about the database. Okay, don't worry about this. See, information schema, performance schema, and sys, right? These databases or schemas will get created automatically, including MySQL. Yeah, MySQL, sys, information schema, performance schema. These databases will get created automatically to all the system information. For example, in the case of Windows, when you install Windows, you have something called Windows registry. The registry will hold all the information, right? Same as this one, somewhat similar to that one. Okay, to all the system information about the MySQL, it needs some databases, performance schema, systems, files. These are the system databases. MySQL, information schema, performance. The rest of them I created, classic models, album and all, I created it. So for example, if I wanted to create my own database, how can I create it? All of you please watch here. Punit, hope you are watching here, right? Don't worry, okay, any of the uninstallation will take some time, right? You just minimize it and then you can watch here. So I'm going to create a database. Okay, create database, and here I'm going to create a database by the name of demo2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the existing database, drop database demo. So what is database? Database is kind of a container. So inside that container we are going to store our tables. Now the question is, can't I store that tables in my operating system in the form of files? Yes, you can store the data in the form of files in your Windows operating system, but it is not secure, and also it is not relational, right? You need to establish relationship between one table to another table. That is the reason why RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, became popular, right? That is the reason why RDBMS became popular. You cannot hold the data in a single file. If you hold it, you cannot write a SQL query to join multiple files and get the data. Instead, what you do is store the tables, store the data files in the form of tables in the database. Okay, so for that we need to create a database. I'm going to create a database, fresh database. Okay, all of you try side by side. Okay, the create database demo, semicolon is must. Okay, press enter. Are you all getting this one? Query okay, one row affected. Now press up arrow, you will get show databases. Once again you just check whether demo database is there. Yes, demo database got created. Now I want to go to demo database. How do I go to there? Go there, use demo, semicolon, enter. Use demo. Now currently I am in demo database. Here I wanted to see the tables. Are there any tables are there? So obviously we just created a database just now. We dropped the existing database and we created a new database. Obviously there will not be any tables. So here it shows nothing, empty set. Okay, and what I am going to do
Sir,
is,
one doubt, sir.
yeah,
There is a set, empty set is there.
huh,
Here showing the 0.00 seconds. Okay.
huh.
Yeah, I have shown my one showing is 0.78 seconds.
That is okay. That is okay. See, this second is nothing but how long it took to execute. See, if I ask you 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8, right? A different person will take different time to tell, right? You might take 1 second, other person will take 0.5 second, right? So
Okay.
show tables, nothing is there. Now what I am going to do is I am going to select this one. I am going to create a new database. Sorry, table. I am going to create what table? Employee table. Employee table, where I am going to create? I am going to create it inside. Sorry. Inside this one I am going to do, paste is not working here. Okay, what we will do is we will create it manually. Create a table. Since we are doing it first time, right? First time alone we will create it manually. Emp number. All of you type it side by side. Okay, decimal. So these are the data type. Decimal is nothing but the data type. Okay, employee ID is a decimal. Not null. It need not to be a capital letter. Okay, not null. And e name is a varchar of, what is it? Varchar of, let us say, then the employee name can be, right? So I'm going to give 35, the size, right? The 35 letters can, get stored, and default null. If I don't specify any employee name, it should store null, something, nothing, okay, blank. It should show nothing. And then job. Job is a character data type, right? So hence I'm going to use default null, comma, don't make any syntax mistake, okay? And salary, okay, varchar of, sorry, it's not a varchar, it is a, salary is decimal. It's a float data type. In Java we call it a float data type. And default null. If you don't specify any salary, put blank value there. Press enter. Query okay. That means table got created. How do I check? What tables are there in my demo database? See, this table I created inside the demo database. Understood? So how do I create a table in other database? You need to use this. This is a reserved word. Use space database name semicolon. So you should get something, database change. That means you are inside this demo database. And then show tables. Now we created one table employee under demo database. Are you all clear? So now what I am going to do is I go here, press up arrow, show tables. Yes, employee table got created. Next, what I am going to do is I am inserting the data into this table. Okay, I am going to insert some data into this table. We have something insert into. Okay, we have something called insert into command. Okay, so look here. This is the command. Okay, insert into table name. What is our table name in our case? Insert into emp. And what I'm going to say values as employee number is, let's say 101. And the employee name is, let's say, Karthik, and next one is what other columns are there? Job is a manager, and next one is, let's say, salary is, let's say, 100,000, right? So I'm going to say like this, out of range. Okay, salary is something beyond this. Okay, I have given 7, 7, fine. Okay, fine. So here I specified only 7 digit, right, and 2 decimal, 7 integer and 2 decimal. That is the reason why it is not taking beyond this one. Okay, float value 7,2. But actually 7 is not literally 7 here. Okay, 2, 4, 6, right? Yeah. You should increase the size of this one. Okay, that is the reason why I am getting out of range value for column cell. Okay, and here I inserted the value. Now what I am going to do is whether this value got stored in my table or not. How can I see that? I will do one thing. I will just copy paste it in your thing. You need to remove this arrow thing. Okay, most of you will get the syntax error. I just copy pasted it in the chat window. You can simply copy paste it into your laptop from in the chat window. If you logged in with your mobile phone, it's a problem. You cannot do it. You need to type it manually. Hardly 5 lines, right? You can type it. And another 6th line. So now I want to check whether the table, whether this table has, got loaded with this value or not. Select star from emp. Look here. So employee number is 101. Employee name is Karthik. His job is manager, and his salary is something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Overall, it takes into account. Okay. Of the 9, 2 is for this one. I think so. Yeah. 7,2 is overall 9 digits you can store it. Of the 9, 2 is used for decimal. Remaining 7 supposed to be that one, but still we are getting error. Probably I will tell you later. Okay, why it is getting stored. We are not able to store 100,000. Okay, so now you understood how to create a table, how to insert the data into a table, and how to check whether the data which we inserted into employee table got stored successfully or not. But we did not get any error. Query OK means it got stored. But still we wanted to view whether the data got correctly stored in the respective column or not. Okay, I did not get the value. Yeah, 1 second. I will. Yeah, you want to get this one, right? This is the syntax. Insert into table name. 1 second. Insert into, what is our table name? Our table name is emp, and values is the reserved word. Okay, this also I will copy paste it. Yeah, insert into emp values Karthik manager, something like that. Okay, semicolon is a must. Okay, so only then the SQL engine can understand the command got terminated. So insert, after you insert the data into table, you want to verify whether the table got which chat are you pasting? Yeah, I am pasting it in the Zoom chat only. Oh, okay. I will directly paste it to you. Okay, yeah, fine. So yeah, I'll paste it to you, and then you select star from emp. I'll just copy paste this one also. To everyone, I will paste it here also to all. Okay, and insert into also I will everyone. Okay. And even this one, create table, I think I copied to only thing, this one to only specific people. But you need to remove the hyphen arrow and all, okay? You need to remove that one. So what is this one says, hyphen arrow? So what it says is, the continuation of this command is, see this is not ended, okay? This command has not ended. Right, so the hyphen question, the arrow, right arrow says this command was not ended. So how does the SQL engine will understand whether the command got ended or not? Semicolon. Had I specified semicolon here, it would have executed this command, but it would have thrown an error because we did not specify the column names and the data types, everything, right? So it should be complete. You should specify the table name followed by the reserved word, create table. These two are reserved word. It is not case sensitive, but the best practice is always use the reserved word in the caps letter. Okay, look here, this is how in my table, right? So look here, this is the one, create table. This is the reserved word, and whatever name you want you can give it here, and rest of them, right, you can give, but data type also you can give it in the small case. And the null is the capital letter. Okay, null is a blank value. Okay, we will discuss about null also, don't worry. The same thing you can do it with workbench also. Look here, go to the start button. Okay, here MySQL workbench, click this one, MySQL workbench, and open, click open. It will take some time. If you have good memory, RAM, right, it will get open fast. Look here, once the workbench get opened, you need to click here, root. When you double click on this, it will ask you the password. Since I asked you all to use the admin as a password, just type the password as admin. See, now it got connected. Look here, I created a demo database in the command prompt. What is the command prompt? This is what the command prompt, right? In the command prompt, I created the table and database also, right? My database name is demo, the table name is emp. I created the table emp under demo database. Now the graphical user interface also will go and check it. See, in the demo database, if I click tables, I can see emp table. Look here, this is the one I created. One second, this is the one I created it. One second, here. If you want to see the columns also, you can find it here. I am going to remove this one. Yeah, so this is the employee table. One second, you select the table name and you can find something like this one, right, this icon. When you click this one, it will automatically generate a query like this. Select star from demo.mp. This employee table is in demo database, demo.mp. Okay, and it queries all the data and it show it to us. And also we have something called form editor. You can go to form editor or result grid. So this is the result grid and form editor. There is something called form editor. Okay, in this case you can go and edit the data also. Since it is a read only, you cannot edit it. Okay, so let me just okay, the other one is, look here. So I guess all of you are in MySQL workbench. Am I correct? All of you except Puneet. Okay, Puneet, you can watch, right? So that it's a very simple step. You should be able to do it. After you install, right, tables. When you click table, right click on it. Select tables. See, now I'm inside the demo database. And it should be bold when you only then write. That means this database get activated. Inside this database, select tables, right click, create table. You can create table here also. So you can give the table name. You can say depart is the department, short form of this one. And you can specify some commands also. Okay, you can specify some commands also. And here we can create the column name. So what you do is you need to click this double arrow, click to change the number, right? So you just click this one, the control will come here. Okay, here what you do is department number, let it be integer, and then here department name. Okay, department short name I'm going to say D name, and department name, let it be there, the varchar of use down arrow. Okay, down arrow here, or you can use this when you click this drop down list, you can find, since it's a department name is the character data type, use varchar. Varchar is one of the data types to store string kind of data type. Okay, instead what you do, right, instead of searching this, you just type varchar of 25. Department name cannot be 25 in general, right? So what you do is location. A company have different location also, they have office, right? So department number, sorry, here I did not specify the column name correctly. Depart number, depart name, location. What you do is click apply here. When you click apply, it will open something like this. Script, look here, it generated the script automatically. We don't have to type it. Create table, demo.depart, department number is integer and it is not null. It should not have any missing value in it. Okay, it should have value in it. Department name can be null and the data type is string data type. Okay, varchar 25 and the width of the department name should be 25. Location is 45, like Kolkata or Bangalore. You can reduce this one also. Instead of 45, you can say 25 is more than sufficient. None of the city name or state name beyond 35, right? 25, right? So here the primary key is department. I'll tell you what is primary key. Primary key, we'll discuss it later. Okay, let's go step by step. I'm going to apply this one. Let's wait for some time. Look here. SQL script was successfully applied to the database. Finish. That's it. Now if you see here, the department table got created. And when you click this one, right, the grid kind of thing, right, it will show you everything here. Okay, but I created table, I did not insert any value here. What I am going to do is I am going to insert a value directly here. I can modify it. Let's I'm going to say 10. The department name is finance department and the location is, let's Bangalore. And the next line, when I come here let's 20 is my payroll department. Salary is important. Okay, so in payroll, and the next one is let's Hyderabad. Likewise, once you type this data, you can insert the data here also by typing it. Click apply here. Look here, this script gets created automatically. You don't have to type the script manually. Okay, apply. Finish. That's all. So now when you come here, department table, right click it, and what you do is here, so what you do is here you can see the select rows, right? If you give like this, you can see all the data here, whatever data you, and form editor, you can go edit also if you want to modify it. If you think, okay, it is not a finance department, so I'll have to give different name for the depart number 10. So you go and modify it. Which one I used it? Editor. Result grid will show you what data is there. Form editor will show, will help you to modify the data which you entered. In case of any typo, you can go and modify the data here. Very simple one. But usually what we do is in real-time scenario, we create the script manually like this. In fact, this is the responsibility of the administrator. Okay, they are the ones supposed to create the table, everything. and the values, we are developer has to enter the values like this, and we are supposed to give it to them. Okay, but in general, when you do data, when you migrate your code to your production, right, this is how we need to give the script. Manually we type it. Okay, manually we type it, and then instead of typing it, you can go to workbench. You can type, because it's very user friendly, right? You can just simply type everything, and when you click apply, it will generate the script automatically, and you can customize the script also. You can do it anyway, but here going there and typing it and again generating the script and then bringing it here, instead better you can type everything here. But it is up to you guys. Okay, you decide whether you, but most of the developers, they prefer workbench only. But in real time scenario, we use something like the script. Okay, the script file will be using it. Okay, and so first we'll start with something like, before we create table, we use drop table. Drop table, if the employee is already there, you drop this table and then create this table. Drop the department table and then create the department table. But this is very, very sensitive one, this command drop table. When you issue drop table, the table will get dropped along with the data. Hence you should be very, very cautious. And in the case of production environment, we knew very well we are going to create these tables as a brand new one. Hence we drop this one and then we recreate it. Okay, we create it from the scratch. Okay, so this is the one. So you understood how to create a table and how to drop a table, right? So you can use drop table directly. You can give drop table department. You can give. This is not required. Drop table department. Okay, instead of this one, you can give like this. Drop table department. It will get dropped. So now you understood how to create a table, how to drop a table, how to insert the values into table. Drop a table is a very sensitive command. Don't ever use it. Okay, even in real time, you need to think 10 times before you drop the table. Some tables will have millions of records. Mistakenly also, if you give it, entire data will go away. And many of the the real time, many people, they will be using it, especially in the case of bank. Karthik, right? So bank and other critical thing, right? Everywhere it is critical now. Even in social media, the data is very critical. So you need to be very cautious when you use drop command. But in the case of data, in the case of migration, for example, you develop your script, everything, you develop your application, your dev environment, and you want to migrate, you want to launch your app in the production, live production environment. In that case, obviously these tables will not be there. You need to create these tables first, and you need to insert the data, and then you will be launching your application. Okay. Fine. So as of now, you are okay with this one, right? Create table. And those of you got stuck with the login issue, all the things, you install it. I will share this video. You watch it. But tomorrow we will speed it up little bit. Okay. And those of you cannot install it. Still, if you have any issues, you just buzz me tomorrow between 1 to 3 p.m. Okay, send a message to my WhatsApp. Okay, I will check it and I'll see if I can help you out. Okay, it's very easy, isn't it? One of the easiest thing is writing SQL queries. It's all plain English language like thing. So select star from M. That means star is select all the value from the employee table. But here insert into employee. This also you will see. If I want to insert only if I want to insert only the two values in a two column, right? Let's say I want to insert the values in two different column only. Here I have 4 columns. I don't want to insert the data into all the 4 columns. Only a specific column I want to insert. How to do that? That and all we will see it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I will show you how to open the workbench. Yeah, 1 second. You just go to start button. You type here, the MySQL once again. MySQL, you will find MySQL Workbench on the left side, right? Just double click on this itself. You don't have to click here. If you double click on this, it will take some time. Look here, this one will get launched. Once it gets launched, you need to you need to click on this one, right? This is where the user name is there, admin. I'll show you how to create non-root users, right? That also we can create it. So once you give the password, it will get connected to your SQL server. In the SQL server, whatever database it will list you by default. And here also you can create a database. Okay, here also you can create a database. I'll show you that also. Yeah.
Here
Yes.
it's showing you file manager is schema. Schema is there showing you, but I don't have navigator on management, server status, client connection.
Yeah, one second, Karthik, 1 second. So you just go here, 1 second. All of you please watch here, MySQL. Can you see Workbench, Karthik?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you just double click on it.
Yeah, I'm opened and the password also entered and opened my page
Very good.
also.
Okay.
There is the same your window is same like me also.
Very
There
good.
is a navigator, right? Navigator.
1 second, admin. Let's go step by step. Okay. Now you connected it here. Yeah. So once you connected it here, can you see the database is whatever? You must be seeing sys, right? Sys database. Sys will be there. Yeah. Yeah.
Schema is not there, sir, in my window.
Which one is not
Yeah.
this and all, right?
Yeah. It's administration schema, two ways. Okay, handsome. Yeah. Thank
This you need to create it. See, in my case, I created it. Okay. But if you want to create a database, you just go here. Here you have something called this database icon is there, right? This is database icon. You just click here. Okay. This is another way of creating the database. Here database name you can specify. For example, Karthik. Usually we don't create by the name. For example, read our bank database. Okay, bank database. Bank, click apply. Create schema bank, which is nothing but the database. Okay, click apply. That's it. On the left side, can you see bank here? This is the database. I will show you once again. Can you all see this one in the workbench? Can you all see it? You click the plus sign is nothing but create database. Okay, click this one. On the right side, you will find something new schema. Okay, so here I say credit credit card database, something like that, credit card, and then I click apply. Create schema. Schema is nothing but database. Okay, when I click apply, this one will get created, and then you can see it here. Okay, look here, watch here very carefully. Okay, apply. When I click apply, the SQL words are successfully applied to the database, and click finish. On the left hand side, you can see credit card database got created, and when you expand this one, you can see all the things. When you click table, you can create the credit card related tables here. Okay, right click and create tables, right? You can do it here. But at this moment, don't waste your time here. Okay, MySQL Workbench. Better we'll start create directly like this. Okay, try to be familiar with the syntax of this one, right? And then you start, explore, watch my video, pause my video, and practice it. When you have a spare time at home, right? You can start practice, with this one. I hope all of you are able to log into MySQL Workbench also. So, and also the command line shell, right? This is called shell or command line, command prompt. Okay, command line. The command line, how to create a database, everything, table, everything. That is also I showed you. Okay. Once again, I would suggest you all to start practicing it whenever you get a spare time. By watching my today's video. Don't watch other videos. Okay, at this moment start slowly and watch my video. First understand this one, and then we will proceed with creating the tables. What all the options we can do. Tomorrow we'll explore, select, insert, update, delete, everything we'll do it. Okay, it is already 10:45. Okay, what we will do is we'll resume the session tomorrow. Okay, please log in little early, all of you, at least 5 minutes. Yeah, don't worry, Puneet. Okay, you can you can try it out later sometime also. Okay, but any of you understood, right, the concept, right, the flow you understood, right? That is important. Fine. Okay, I'm going to end the session now. We will circle back tomorrow same time. Okay, see, tomorrow also 9:30 we will have it. Okay, because they advanced my office meeting